Hi, so as I'm sure you're aware, Brie Larson is due to play a role of Captain Marvel. Now, Marvel is owned by Disney, so Disney will make a lot of money from Captain Marvel movie. Now, that's completely fine, but Brie Larson has also come out and heavily criticised the male patriarchy and expressed these real interests in feminism, which is completely understandable. If she believes in that, that's completely fine. But she's going to make a lot of money, work for a production company in Disney who make a lot of money producing movies based on male patriarchies, even in different species. So why is Brie Larson criticising male patriarchies and she's going to be paid $5 million for a production company that makes movies that are heavily based on male characters? If you look at the character list for the forthcoming Lion King movie, you can see it's almost exclusively male. The actual female, one female character is on here twice. You have a young Nala and an adult Nala. Almost every other character on here is male. Now, Brie Larson is not going to criticise this movie at all because she's also employed by Disney. So she's not going to criticise Disney for making male movies because they're paying her wages. So I don't understand who she thinks she is. How can she come out and believe that she has some sort of legitimacy when she's being a complete hypocrite? To the point where she's working for a company that's making money out of male patriarchies, even based on different species. She's not questioning what is really happening, and she appears to be completely out of touch with society, and that is why she's being attacked. People can see just how ridiculous she is. I mean, she's even going on male-dominated products like the smartphone, and she's using Twitter and Instagram. Why is she using male systems to attack men? To me, that seems complete hypocrisy. It's ridiculous. Now, if she was using a website, a very popular website that was started by women, that could be understandable. People respect that. They can see that women are able to make really popular websites that people want to use, and there should be perhaps more of them. But there are no popular websites that were started or run by women. So if men didn't start them, they wouldn't exist. So the tools that she's using, like Instagram and Twitter, they wouldn't exist. And you could even say that about the movie industry, that she's being paid millions of dollars by. If it wasn't started by men, who would have started it? So she's happy to take money from companies and industries that are started by men, and then she criticises men. It's a bit like saying you don't like Chinese people, but then you wear Chinese-style clothes, you eat Chinese food. It's complete hypocrisy. You can't pick and choose what you want. If you do that, you have no legitimacy. And that is what Brie Larson doesn't have. She has no legitimacy. And it's getting to the point where she's starting to embarrass herself on the world stage. And if she rejected Disney, she turned around to Disney and said, you need to make movies based on female animals and female stories based on matriarchs. That'd be very different. But she's not going to do that. But she's not going to criticise this movie because Disney are going to be really upset with her. So she knows where the money is. She'll take the money, then she'll still turn around and criticise people. She'll criticise the people who are giving her the money. And that makes her look ridiculous. Disney was started by a white man. If she was working for a company that was started by a woman, and she can come out and express that there should be more equality, that's something. But they don't exist. Now, I'm not saying that she shouldn't be a feminist and she shouldn't call for equality, because those other actresses have done that. And they've done it very well, like Jennifer Lawrence. But the way she's doing it is based on attacking people. And if you take the example where Brie Larson come out and attacked white men, because 65% of all movie critics are white men, what she could have done is she could have found a young woman and given her a scholarship, paid her for a 12-month scholarship, or helped her to find a job as a movie critic. That would have been something constructive and positive. She's made a positive change. She's helped a woman to become a movie critic and change that balance. But to instead come out and attack white men, it's just ridiculous. Now, there might be a reason why 65% of all movie critics are white men, and that is because the movie industry was started by white men. So all the white men got together and say, right, I'm going to produce movies, I'm going to direct movies, and I'm going to be a critic of movies, and we're going to start an industry that's going to generate billions of dollars every year. Now, Brie Larson will say, okay, that's great, I want to be a part of that, please pay me $5 million. And the white men have said, okay, you can be the next Captain Marvel actress and we'll pay you $5 million. She's not going to criticise that. She's not going to turn around to Disney and say, okay, I want to be an actress, I want to be in your movie, but I don't want you to pay me because it's male patriarchy, is she? She's not going to do that, but she's not going to work for free, and she's not going to attack The Lion King, which is based on male patriarchy. The Lion King is owned by Disney, who she's being paid by. She'll take the money, she'll take all the benefits, but she'll still attack people. And that is when you lose legitimacy. If you're on the world stage like Brie Larson, and you're attacking people who are giving you money, it just makes them look ridiculous. You look ridiculous on the world stage. And that's why people are coming out attacking. She needs to understand that you can't attack people and then take from them. You can't take $10 from somebody and then be rude to them. That's ridiculous. That lacks legitimacy. If she come out and made her own website, or made her own smartphone, or made her own social network that competes with Twitter and Instagram, and said, women can make social networks hundreds of millions of people want to use, that's something. That shows she has legitimacy. But to come out and take money from white men and then to criticise white men, it's just ridiculous. It's not the way to go. Now, I'm not saying change shouldn't take place, but the way of change is to constructively and positively. What she's doing, she's forcing change negatively, and that is why so many people are coming out and attacking her. And if you go online, you'll find both men and women attacking Brie Larson for her attitude. Now, Wonder Woman was a huge success because it was a very positive image. It was marketed very positively. It was about creating and providing a real role model for young women in a very positive sense. And it was set up that Wonder Woman understood that she was a normal person, so she would make mistakes. She wasn't some sort of amazing character that did everything correctly just because she was female. It wasn't like that, and that is one of the reasons why Wonder Woman is such a huge success. Now, Captain Marvel could be a success, but I don't think it's going to be as respected as much, or anywhere near as much as Wonder Woman is, because Captain Marvel is based on attacking people. I'm Brie Larson, I'm going to attack you, but I'm also going to take your money. I'm going to take your money, then I'm going to attack you. I'm going to work for a company that makes movies out of other species that are based on male patriarchies, but I'm not going to criticise them because Disney won't like it. My boss won't like me criticising Lion King because they own the rights to Lion King. If she wants to come out and make a real difference and real positive change, then she should do that. But for her to come out and criticise people and to criticise the patriarchy when she'll take their money, it's just ridiculous. She has a choice. She could turn around to Disney and say, sorry Disney, I don't want to work for you because you're run by men, all your shareholders are men, most of the directors are men, you make these movies based on male patriarchies of even different species, so I'm not going to take your $5 million. But she hasn't done that. She took the money, she sold herself out. She had the choice of saying, I don't want to do this, or she can take the money, she can play Captain Marvel, but market the movie constructively. She could have found a young woman and given her a 12-month contract or a 12-month role as a movie critic and done something constructive and positive. But for her to come out and attack people the way she has, it's just ridiculous. And that is why she and Captain Marvel is being attacked by many people, both men and women.